So what's up everybody, I'm Ghost5 and welcome back to another game review. Today we got 2DZ, which is a game I've been developing myself. It's a top-down zombie survival game. It's a basic game, but it's my first Unity game, so I decided to make a video on it. It's currently available on itch.io for free. It's in alpha right now, so there's quite a bit of bugs and unfinished parts of the game. But if you want to check it out, you want to support me, I'll leave the link to the game in the description if you want to check it out. And that being said, let's get into the game. It's in alpha, so there's some bugs, as you can tell here. But I think I know. Actually, I think I know why that's happening. I think I can fix it live in this video. But anyways, so 2DZ is a top-down zombie survival game. It's a wave-based zombie survival game. So infinite amount of waves, silver amount of guns you can use. There's currently no upgrading in this game, so you can't upgrade your weapons like in some other zombie games. But it's basically like a simple game. So starting off, let's start with the UI. The UI you can see down here, which gun you have currently equipped. There's no name yet. I do have to implement that sometime soon. You have your magazine count right here, then your reserve ammo down there. You got your money, the round number, and the zombie counter above the round number. Above here, you got your blue bar, which is stamina, top bar, which is health. If you press tab, you can see how many kills you've got, and you have a max ammo button. That's just a temporary feature, just so because there's no power-ups, and the only way to get money is by shooting. So I added that as a safety precaution, I guess. As a safety feature, so you don't get stuck in the middle of the game without any ammo, without an ability to buy any more guns or anything like that. So that's basically what that is for, temporary. I do plan on adding power-ups like max ammo and double points and all that good stuff. But for now, just a temporary thing. If you walk up to a gun, you can see its price. If you buy the gun, it will show you the price of the ammo. Walk up to a door, same deal. See the price, prices and all that stuff. I might change in the future, but for now I think it's fine. Balancing the weapons also definitely need to adjust because some guns are pretty OP. As you'll see once I get into higher rounds to be able to get into the main room. There's some guns that just delete the zombies. But anyways, as we can take a tour around the map. To do that, I'm just gonna go into Unity. Let's take a tour of the map and different wall guns. In the spawn room, we have P38, and they have a 1911 over here. Next room over, we have a Tekarov. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's a Russian name. And then an MG42 here. Next room, we have a Bren, which is an LMG, I think. We have a Guir there. We go up here, PPSH, another popular gun. We go up here in this room, we have a STG-44 and we have a bar, I think this is. Yep. We go into the main room. This is the biggest room in the map currently. We have a SVT-40, which is a pretty powerful gun. I think it actually is the most powerful. We go into this room, like the computer room here. We have a DP-28, which is a machine gun. Down here was the 1911, I mean not the 1911, the M1 Grand. I think actually this is the most powerful. I think it's 200 damage. Then we have Type 99 up there. Go down here to the right of spawn. Just kill that guy. We have a Thompson, and I think that's it for this room. Going over here to the right of spawn, we have an MP40 and a Sten. So those are the guns that are currently in the game. I put all the guns currently in the game on the walls because there's no random box feature yet. I do plan on adding that in the future. So to fix that bug I saw in the beginning of the game, I think I know why that's happening. I had to fix another bug actually. So fixing one bug caused another bug. I kind of didn't clean up the code after I did that. So if we go to, actually I can just open up Visual Studios here. This is what I use for coding. Open up 2D zombies, and if you go into the wave spawner code here, go down here, you'll see that I'm doing a while loop. If you don't know what this terminology is, it's not really important anyways. But So right now what I'm doing right here is doing a while loop. I'm checking if, so I'm making sure that the spawn point that zombies are spawning at are active. So the room meaning, active meaning that the room is open. I bought the door to the room. And if it's close to the player, close enough to the player. So that's the distance limitations to make sure that the zombies are only spawning at windows that are close to the player. So while it is neither of those, I'm doing this while loop, regenerate a random number between 0 and the spawn points array, the length of that array, and then I'm checking that. So what will happen was choose a new number between this array, and when it gets down here, I'll go back up here to check this. If it's not spawning and it's not close to the player, it'll go through this loop again, and it'll keep going through this loop until it finds one that is active and one that is close to the player, and then it'll go down here, it'll break out of this loop, and it'll spawn a enemy at that location. So that's basically what this is doing. I do have a timer here to prevent the game from freezing, because that is a possibility if you're not in a room that is open. So let's say you clip through a wall, something like that, and then you're in a room that isn't active. If the game can't find a spawn point that is active and that is close to you, it'll keep going through this loop infinitely and the game will freeze. So what I did was I put a timer here that's half a second. So if the timer is less than half a second, it'll keep looping until it's bigger than half a second. Then I'll give a log warning with this text, and it'll break out of the loop and spawn a zombie at a random location. So that's why that zombie spawned in the room that was closed, because I guess it broke through this loop and spawned at a random spawn point. So what I can do here, it might not be the most optimal way of doing it, but what I think I can do here, if the timer is more than half a second, what I can do is go into this right here and then do another while loop, and then just only check this parameter or only check this right here, and then regenerate a number with this code right here, with this line right here, and then this way it'll spawn. This way the zombies will spawn, but they'll only spawn. And I'll do a break there so it won't go back up here and check this this stuff right here. So this is the fix basically. It might not be the most optimal way of doing it, but this is what I can think of right now, just off the top of my head. So this is what will happen. Once the game starts spawning enemies, it'll go through this function right here. It'll generate a random number between 0 and the length of the array of spawn points. It'll check here, so it'll enter the while loop. If the spawn point at I is not spawning and it's not close to the player, it'll go through this while loop. So it'll go through here. If the timer is less than half a second, it'll generate a new number, skip the else, add the frame time, which is the time between each frame, to the timer, and then it'll jump back up. It'll recheck if the spawn point is spawning and if it's close to the player. If it's not, it'll keep going through here until it finds a number that is close to the player and is spawning, and then it'll jump out of this and then it'll go through spawning an enemy. But if it's not finding a spawn point that can spawn an enemy at within the time limit, which is half a second, it'll break out of this if statement and go to the else part of the if statement, and then it'll go through this while loop. It is not spawning, it'll generate a number until it finds one that is spawning, and then it'll break right here out of this while loop and then spawn an enemy at that location that it chose. Yeah, so basically that's what happened. So we can save that, we can go back into Unity, and now if I go to my player here, where it's over here. So I just changed my layout for Unity, so I'm kind of all twisted around. So I put myself in a room that is not active, which is this big room. The only room that's active currently is this one right here. So before, it would just spawn the zombie at random locations. Now it should spawn only here in the active room. I press play here. See, I'm moving in the scene view here. So yep, the zombies are now only spawning in the spawn room, which is the room that's active. So that way it'll prevent, so this way the code will prevent you from freezing and it'll prevent zombies from spawning in rooms that are not active. So that's pretty good. It's another bug fix I can save. Probably won't have the next update to the game until I fix some more bugs that I find. So this bug, it'll be in 0.3.0.1, which is the version that's currently on itch.io, but I'll release this patch sometime soon. So yeah, so that's the overview of the game. It's a really fun game, honestly, at least for me, because it's my first game in Unity. But if you'd like to check it out and like to support me, I'll leave the link to the itch.io page in the description of this video. If you want me to continue to develop this game, consider supporting me on itch.io. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.